Hi everyone, Dawn Fisher, Morning Glory Needleworks. I am trying out my new laptop to record my videos, so I'm hoping it all works out good. I've made a few adjustments, so I'm hoping everything works. We'll find out. So anyway, back to the usual stuff. I'm Dawn Fisher of Morning Glory Needleworks. Welcome to my 51st FlossTube video. And thank you to everybody who watched my last video, any of my videos, but the last one had a lot of views, and I appreciate it. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy. If there's anything you want to hear about, I often talk about antique needlework tools. I have a lot of samplers I talk about, and so anyway, if you have any questions, comments, anything, please let me know. You can always just comment on the video. You can email me in the comments description section, like underneath the video. You can, I have all the links. There's links to the Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy shop, Instagram, the Stitch of the Month group, which we're going to talk about later, the Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook group, buy me a coffee, bio link, anything that I have. So I'm really excited about this video. It's the 1st of February 2024. The year is already going by really fast. So I've got some fun stuff to talk about, fun stuff to show you. So hang in there. Also, I always forget this. I break my video into chapters. So if you just want to see part of it, or if you come back and you want to say, just go to Stitch of the Month, then you'll see in that comments description section under the video, there's all the chapters are listed there, and there's a timestamp next to it. So just tap the timestamp. It will take you directly to the section of the video you want to watch. But be sure to watch the whole thing, because gosh darn it, I'm a lot of fun. So anyway, let's get to some fun stuff. I talked about this in my last video. I recently went to a retreat in Fort Walton Beach. This is with the Sunshine State Stitchers. This is the first time I've been to that retreat. It's, you know, close to 7 hours from home. So that's a long drive. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad drive. I lucked out and the rain came after I got there. But it was so much fun. I love going to retreats. As if you've watched any of my videos, you know that. There was a lot of familiar faces, some people I had just seen online. I'm sorry. And then I've met a lot of new friends, and I'm just really excited. I had the opportunity to vend, so I got to sell my patterns, my little flower frogs I sell, the glass antique ones, the little salt cellars. I bring with me and sell when I don't have to fly. I bring all that stuff with me. So everything was really popular. I did well. I also had bought some packs of sulky thread to sell. Oops, I dropped something. I try to have these. I need to order more because I almost sold out of them. You know, you never know how many you're going to sell. So for the next retreat, I need to stock up again so I will have those available. I try to have maybe 5 or 6 different groups of colors. They come in the little packs. They also come individually, but I like to sell them in the packs where the colors kind of go together. And it's easy. If you want to try it out, you have these colors that you can just pick up, and they're right there. So, oh, God, I don't know why I'm so tired. Actually, I was up early this morning. I had to have a 4-point inspection on my house with a wind mitigation study because I'm in Florida and the insurance companies are getting really fussy about that. Even though I just had it done last year, I had to have it done this year again. So I had to be up early for that. But back to the retreat. So I talked about this. This retreat was not your typical retreat with a designer that comes in. And it also wasn't like just a retreat where you stitch. It was kind of a combination of both. So what Ann did is, Ann Williamson runs these retreats. She had Karen Kluba of Rosewood Manor. Is that the right? Yes, Rosewood Manor come in. Karen actually winters very close to where we were in Fort Walton Beach. So it was very quick for her to drive over and come see us all. So that was fun getting to talk to her and know. So she was trying something different. She brought all of her, not all of them, but a lot of her beautiful designs, and we oohed and ahed over those. And then what she brought was books. One book had like Quaker motifs. One book had, these were her books she made up. They were like notebooks. A book of alphabets, a book of like animals, creatures, trees, colors, all these different things. And she passed them around. And then everyone had a sheet with all these things listed on them. And you got to pick which ones you liked, what alphabet you preferred, what beasties, birds, whatever you preferred on your sampler, what colors you liked. And then that was Thursday. So we spent most of the morning working on that. And then after lunch, she left. We were pretty much done. Shortly after lunch, we finished. And she hung around for a while and talked to everybody. And then she took all that information home. And I don't know how she did it. It had to have been crazy. She took all that home, calculated all that out, found out the motifs that most of the people that got the highest numbers of votes, the alphabet, the style of sampler, all these things we voted on. And then she designed a sampler for us. So that was really fun. And being a designer, it was interesting to see her process on how she designs her samplers. And I did spend a lot of time talking to her. It was very nice. She was, available for all of us to come talk to her. And so it was really fun. It was very interesting to see how the process for this anyway. And I'm sure it was very challenging because I think there was 55 of us in the class, and we were all voting on all these different things. So they had, her and her husband and a couple other people sat down and tabulated all this stuff, information. And then the next day, she sat down and made this into a design for us using the colors we preferred, our group preferred, and printed out this chart and brought it for us. So by Saturday morning, we have this finished chart, which is amazing. I'm not going to show you everything, but I can show you, this is what the sampler looks like. And I love it. I actually love it. I may change the colors. A lot of the people like the beachy, the pinks and purples and aquas, which I love too. I'm going to take this out so you can see it better. So you see here, it says Sunshine State Stitcher Sampler. So this is our sampler we designed. I'm so thrilled. A lot of this stuff is stuff I picked. So that made me feel good. I love the tree. I love this peacock. It's such an unusual peacock. I also like this for the year. I don't remember everything I picked because there was a lot. And this is a fun little border with some birds on it. And there's a little bit of black work. She also asked if we wanted specialty stitches, and we got to pick which ones we wanted, but a lot of people don't like specialty stitches or don't want to do them. So she has one little area here that's black work, which could be worked in back stitch or whatever. And then there's a little heart here, and that was a Rhodes heart. But she also gave you the option to stitch it in just regular cross stitch. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. She also gave us a fun little free design, and one of the women actually finished this one day while she was there, so she got to see it all stitched up. So it was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. Like I said, I spent a lot of time talking to her, and we were talking about the programs we use, because the program she uses, which is different than the one I use, is also not being supported anymore by the person who created it. And I'm having the same issue. My program that I use for my charts and my stitch diagrams is no longer supporting them. I can't even get a hold of him. Nobody can get a hold of him. So it's challenging, because now there are other cross stitch programs, which I've started using another one, but all my old patterns are on the old program, and I can't transfer the program to my new laptop. There's no CD or anything. He has to email it to you, a link, so you can download it. And then so like I said, the cross stitch program I can survive, but the one that's really hard to replace is the stitch diagrams, which, if you've seen any of my stitch diagrams, this program makes wonderful diagrams. So I don't know what I'm going to do when my laptop dies and I can no longer use it. I'm trying to take all my stitch diagrams. I don't even know how many I have, maybe 900 stitch diagrams that I have, and trying to actually just load them into Word, download them as a JPEG, put them into Word, and saving them so I can use them to create another, when I do more patterns, I'll just have to copy and paste it out of that, but I won't be able to create any new stitches. So I do have to find a new program. So if you know of any really good stitch programs, to make stitch diagrams, please let me know. So that's enough of that. But anyway, I spent a lot of time talking to Karen. I did buy this. I didn't buy any of her charts, even though I was really tempted. This is a cookbook and cross stitch patterns. It's been around for a while. It has recipes in it. It's from 2019, but it has a lot of charts in it, a lot of fun charts and recipes. And I just thought it was really unique, and just a lot of, if you need to make a fun little pin cushion or something, just something small. And plus it has a lot of yummy recipes in it. I don't even know how many, but it's a hefty book. You can see this is a really nice book. So that was a lot of fun. We had such a good time. Okay, so that's about that. And then also, that was just like part of the time. The rest of the time we just spent stitching, having a great time. The hotel was great. It had a few issues. I don't know if it was damaged during one of the storms that went through, but there was some leaking around some of the doors, because we had some horrible storms while we were there. Luckily, we didn't leave much. The first night I went out to dinner with friends, and then the next couple of nights we just ate there. We did go out one more time and had some really yummy, I had blue crab claws. So anyway, but other than that, it was really nice. The food, of course, was great. And for this one, Anne provided breakfast and lunch. Breakfast was different every day. One day we had, there was fruit every day. And one day we had like breakfast tacos. We had breakfast sandwiches. We had, I don't remember, one day we had grits, and they were really, really good if you like grits. And then for lunch, one day we had lasagna and pasta and salads. And we had a make your own sandwich day, like a deli buffet where there was all different kinds of meats and cheese and breads and salads and all that stuff. So you definitely don't go hungry at these retreats. Also, there was lots of treats at all the tables. Every table had like a pile of or bowl of something yummy in the middle. And we also got some wonderful, at a lot of the retreats, people give gifts, usually to just your table mates, but some people brought, going through my bag of stuff here. Some people brought a little something for everybody at the retreat. I brought little gift bags for everybody at the table, and then I also brought some of my freebie patterns and printed them out so anybody could take any of those that wanted them. So I'm going to show some of the fun stuff we got. Now this bag's already been opened and half demolished. This was a bag of chocolates and Tootsie Roll and Valentine stuff. And it was much, much fuller. I don't know what happened to it. That's an empty bag. Okay, this is, I actually already, I put it on my scissors. This was a pretty, I think it's more to hang your floss on, but I put it as a scissor fob. It's got beautiful little stork scissors and a little needle. And this was made by my friend, actually, Marlene Bellina. And I've been friends with her for forever, maybe 20 years, a long time. She wasn't able to come, but she did send a little treat for everybody. And that's so wonderful. I'm not that nice, I guess. And then this is a little bag, had some lens wipes. It's got a little charm with 2024 and a key tag. It also had an Andes mint in it, which again disappeared. I don't know what happened. Somebody else brought some lemon tea, sweet lemon immune, and then another little pin here with stuff, cute little things dangling on it. Oh, I already showed that one. Here's another one with a bunch of 2024 charms. See those? And then these are floss tags. And what else did I get? Oh, another fun bag of Werther's Yum. And this is a needle threader, cute little needle threader. So it's loads of fun. And then another person made everybody this is a needle minder. And it's perfect for me with the buttons on it. And then on the back, it has a button and it has those really strong magnets on it. So I will be using that one soon. I think that was all the goodies like that we got. The bag is actually falling apart. It's had so much stuff. Anna always gives us a new bag at every retreat to keep your projects in. So I immediately filled it up. Oh, another woman was giving away these little holes. I think they're more like for scissors, but I put it on here because it matched so nice. And we had our choice. There was a woman that was handing out stickers. So I got a sticker to put on my Halo Bolt charger thing I have. So because a lot of people at our table especially had it, it's pink. So I put a sticker on that with kitties so people would know it was mine. So let's see. And just, I can't say enough about retreats. There were people there that had never been before. They came by themselves. And by the time you leave, you have lots of friends. Each table had 7 people sitting at it. And we all knew each other. Some of us had been friends for a long time. Others just kind of knew each other in passing. But it was so much fun just to sit and talk. We talked about life. We talked about stitching. We talked about just kind of everything. And it's really fun and relaxing. Everybody's very supportive. There's no pressure. It's just stitch and have fun. And that's all I can say. It's just, if you have a chance, go. I'm looking forward to more retreats. I have a few more planned for this year. I'm gonna have to cancel some. I signed up for a bunch of them, and then there's just a couple I'm gonna have to cancel. but I'd rather sign up and cancel than to miss out. So I don't even know when my next one is. I will be going to teach, I'm teaching the button box and the new alphabet of stitches redux at Indian River chapter of EGA in a couple of weeks. So that's the reason usually this video drops at midnight on the 1st. It's not obviously today because I've been really busy. I was trying to get kits ready to ship off because they had to be, they have pre-work that you have to have done before the class. So that was a retreat. Again, I just highly recommend them. I will definitely be going back next year. I'm very excited, even though it's like a 7-hour drive. It wasn't that bad. Now, last video, I was almost done with the 1879 Mexican sampler that I've been working on, and she is done. There she is. And you can see I talked about the hem stitching. Now this is all done in long arm cross stitch, which I taught a few months ago. I don't remember what month, but all the areas of 2 stitches or more side by side are long arm cross stitched, and the entire sampler is hem stitched using long arm cross, which I have never seen before. And also it's hem stitched and folded to the front. Usually you would fold to the back, but this is folded to the front and then hem stitched with the long arm cross. Now I have all the instructions on how to do that in my new chart, which is now available. I brought it to the retreat with me. I wanted to have it done for the retreat, and I just posted it to Etsy today. So it's available in printed or in PDF, and I will show you. So this is the long arm cross. I talked about that before, and I also have large detailed instructions, a lot of instructions on how to do the long arm cross stitch and how many threads away to cut it from the edge, which is always scary when you have to, believe me, I sat there for a while before I started cutting off the edges of the fabric, but it worked out, obviously worked out well. I'm thrilled. I sold quite a few of them, and like I said, they're now available on my Etsy site. The link to the Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy shop is in the comments description section. So that was my excitement on that. Now, last time also, I had pulled out this antique sampler. This is signed EP 1766. I showed this before with the wonderful stag down here at the bottom. And it's dated here in the cartouche with the little angels. I don't know if you can see those very well. There you go. You can probably see it better. But I said, I may have to chart this. Well, I went and looked through my files, and guess what? It's all charted. It would have been charted for a while. That's what I do. Sometimes this has been charted maybe 10 years. So I pulled it out, printed it out. I went and got DMC floss to stitch it in DMC. And then I decided, I started going through my silks, which I love. Oh, this was another thing we got for a retreat. This is to put my floss on, but isn't that pretty? We all had a choice, and I like the one with the crystal on it and the little pink ribbon. So anyway, and she gave us some little floss drops, but I didn't need those. So anyway, I pulled all these silks, which match the DMC colors. Now, when I sell this chart, it will be, you will be able to work it in DMC, or this is Classic Colorworks Belsois silks, and they are lovely. And they're expensive. They're not cheap. but you also have to remember they're 12 strands. Now DMC floss is 6 strands. So there's 5 yards in these packs, and then it's 12 strands in each group instead of 6. Anyway, I know it's more expensive, but it's just so wonderful to work with. I just love it. And Classic Colorworks also makes floss, but I don't think the colors are exactly the same as they are in the silk. But there's the beautiful reds and things. So I will show you. I've gotten quite a ways on this. This is what I worked on at the retreat. So you can see I'm over half done. Or, well, I have to get over to this side. I had it in a big hoop when I was there, and I really prefer scroll frames. So when I came home, this actually had a different sampler on it because it's so big. It's very wide. And so I took the other sampler off because this is what I'm working on now. I'm not going to work on the other one till this is done. So I was just working to here and then moving down, and now I'm working across. So you can see, try this without. So see kind of where I'm at. I just finished this. So it's coming along. Now this is all, this large alphabet is eyelet stitches. So here you can see I'm working on the eyelets. This section is 4-sided marking stitch. So technically it can be reversible. I don't always work it reversibly. I try to, but if nobody's going to see the back. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and it's working up really fast. This is 36 count linen, and it's pretty close. It's pretty close to the same size. Oops. So you can see this may be a little bit smaller, but I measured it and it seemed to be about right. Instead of going to 40, I decided to do it on the 36, and I'm using 1 strand of the Belsois silks. They're a little bit thicker than floss, but I want it to be delicate. So I would think even if you were working with floss, you may want to use 1 strand just to make it more delicate. But again, that will be up to you. And I'll put all that in the instructions when I get it all written up. But I'm really excited about this. I'm pretty sure she did not obviously finish the sampler. You can see this crown here is not finished. There's an A up here floating, and she may have just been doing some sample stitches. Here's some eyelet stitches just floating up in the corner. And I think they probably cut off the bottom. You can see there's a patch here on the bottom. They patched it. Oops. And I get the feeling, I mean, this fabric that it's sewn to is not from 1766 because it was sewn on with a sewing machine. So we know it's still old because you can see it was nailed to a board. That's what all those holes and dark rust stains are. You see the big hole there. At least the sampler wasn't nailed to a board, which I've had happen. I bought plenty of samplers that were nailed to boards. So anyway, but I get the feeling the sampler was supposed to be bigger, and she just cut it off. Or somebody at one point cut the bottom of the sampler off. So anyway, that's going to be the newest. That's what I'm working on now, and I'm hoping if I can continue to be diligent and keep working on it. I have a lot of other stuff going on, as always, but I try to at least work on it at night, and I'm hoping with all these retreats, I'm hoping I can get a lot of stitching done, and maybe have it done actually before the next retreat, so I'll have the pattern available for sale. Okay, that's that. My exciting news about that. So it is the 1st of February, and you know what that means. It's time for a new stitch of the month. So I was going through my stitches and I thought I'd find something really different. I don't know if I've ever even seen this used. I may use it on something just because it's kind of a fun stitch. I had to diagram it a few times, or not diagram it, but chart it a few times to get my brain working right. And I actually changed the diagram here to make it easier to follow. So this is called 7-stitch. Yes, 7-stitch. And that's because each stitch is made up of 7 steps. Now, so on like this first stitch, you do 4 vertical stitches, then 3 horizontal stitches. And then on this one, you do 3 horizontal stitches and 4 vertical stitches. I worked mine in 2 shades of blue. And here it is. It's tiny, tiny, but I worked it in 2 shades of blue. And I actually, and I say that in the instructions, I threaded up 2 different needles because you work like these 4 stitches, then you work those 3, then you work these 3, then you work those 4. You can't just unthread your needle and work across the row like you can with some stitches. So anyway, that is 7-stitch. So I'm going to show it on, I have a PowerPoint. I will show it on that, and then I will demonstrate it for you. And again, as always, here's the 2024. This is going to be the sampler for Stitch of the Month, and that was January, and that was Tide Smyrna's. And now we're going to do 7-stitch. And you will be able to get this in the Facebook Stitch of the Month group, so be sure to join. And these will be available as PDFs in that group for you to download. And that's my little gift to you. So let me show you the PowerPoint, and then I will demonstrate. So just hold on a second. Okay, so here we are. Oh, I need a drink. I've been talking too much. Iced tea. So what we're going to do, and all this is in the instructions that will be provided. Now, this stitch is actually over a total of 5 threads wide and 4 threads high. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up at 1, which is 1 thread in from the edge. You're going to go up 4 threads and go down at 2, then come up at 3, which is 1 thread to the right of 1, and go down at 4, which is 1 thread to the right of 2. And you're going to do 4 stitches like that. Then what I would do, now you can do this all in one color. I did it in 2 shades of blue. So do it in whatever colors you want. Anyway, so you've done the 4 vertical stitches. Now take your other needle that's threaded up with your other color and work your 3 horizontal stitches. So you'll see that stitch goes over 5 threads. So you're going to start 1 thread over and 1 thread down, 1 thread to the right and 1 thread down from step 8 and come up. That will be step 9, and then go all the way across over 5 threads. You can see you're going to be over 1 thread on the outside edge of each. And I'm going to demonstrate this. And then you're going to come up at 11, which is 1 thread below 9, go down at 12, and then do 13 and 14. Now, from there, you're going to work the 4 or the 3 horizontal stitches on the next stitch. Now, notice that on the first stitch, the 4 vertical stitches are underneath the horizontal stitches. And on the second stitch, the vertical stitches are over the horizontal stitches. And you're going to do that every other one. You can see down at the bottom where the diagram or the chart is, the enlarged part from the chart is that you're going to do that every other stitch. So work your 3 horizontal stitches, change back to the other color, work your 4 vertical stitches in the first color, and then move to your next stitch and work the next 4 vertical stitches. And you can see the vertical stitches, when you move to the next stitch, there's 2 threads in between. So you're gonna do 4 stitches in a row, skip 2 threads, and then make vertical stitches again. Okay, I hope you understand that. Let me demonstrate it, and we'll hopefully it'll make more sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording this on my new laptop, so I had to download all the program that goes with my little camera here. So what I've done, I've threaded up 2 needles, one with a dark blue. This is, I use crochet cotton because it's bigger. This is like a 10 or 14 count plastic canvas I demonstrate on. So I'm just going to come up here saying that this is the edge of the fabric. So I've come in 1 over. Let me make that just a little bit bigger. I try to make it as big as I can, but focus, yay. Okay. So here's the first stitch over 4 threads. And we're counting threads, not counting holes. There is a difference. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are the gray steps on the diagram. I actually made them gray and white just to make it more clear. So I've done the 4 vertical stitches. Now I'm going to park my needle over here, and I'll probably get all tangled up here because I have 2 needles with really long threads on them. So I parked my thread. Now I have another needle with a different color. So I'm going to count 1 thread to the right of step 8 and then 1 thread down. My light is on. Anyway, okay. And then you're going to go straight across and go 1 thread beyond. So this last stitch is going to kind of pull a little bit there. It will look better once it's done. So then you just come up 1 thread below that and go over 5 threads. Remember, the horizontal stitches are over 5. There. So that is 1 stitch. Now the next stitch, I'm going to do these 3 horizontal stitches first. So I'm counting over 5 threads from step 9, and that will be step 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I'm going to go down into the same hole as step 9. So that's step 15, 16. I'm going to do 3 more. Or 2 more, I should say, for a total of 3. And you can see these are sharing holes here. So there's that. So now I'm going to park this off to the side again and go back to this thread. Now I'm going to work the vertical stitches. So you're going to start 2 threads over from step 7, and that is step 21. And 22, and then I'm going to do the 4 vertical stitches. So all your vertical stitches, at least on mine, are going to be in the dark blue, and all the horizontals are going to be in the light blue. That's how you can remember which way. This took me a while to get this in my head. So now, because my next vertical stitches are going to be on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and go over and work those. So I'm going to count 2 threads over. That's step 27. And then I'm just going to work my 4 threads again. Whoops. No. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Yeah, there's 2 threads. Whoops, I bumped my thing there. And do 4 verticals. And you'll just continue across the row doing this. Now I'm going to park this thread out of the way and do my 3 horizontal stitches. I have a really big needle, but the holes are really big. So here we go, work my 3 horizontal stitches. So it's not a difficult stitch, but you just have to kind of think about it. And if you want to do all your horizontals on top, that's up to you. But this is the way I learned it. I diagrammed it, and my stitches are kind of loose here. There, I just pulled this a little tighter so they lay flat. And then I don't know if I can get this to focus in or not. This is my, oops, my hand's in the way. So there you go. This is my sample of this. So, and you could do it all in an overdyed color, all in one color. You could do it in pink and a blue, whatever you want. It's, you know, trying to focus it in a little bit, but that's what it looks like. So let me shut this down and I will be right back. Okay, well, I hope you liked that. That was a really different stitch, just kind of fun. I'm trying to find some unusual stitches. This would be kind of cool, maybe as a brick house or a walkway up to a house or something. You just have to think about where these stitches would look good. Instead of just using cross stitch, it's kind of fun to throw in another stitch and, you know, see how it works out. I think it'd be really pretty all in one color with an overdyed. It would give it a lot of variety, and it would look different. Even though it's all one color, it would look very different. So that's it. That's it for FlossTube 51. I so much appreciate everybody who has subscribed, liked, followed me, watched my videos. I really appreciate it. Please leave comments. I love to read your comments. Let me know what you think. And be sure to subscribe so you'll know when the next video posts. I post on the 1st and the 15th, and I do that because I always do Stitch of the Month on the 1st. So, and right now I'm too busy to do any more than 2 a month. So, and don't forget to share if you're doing the Stitch of the Month. Even if you're just practicing it, share pictures in the Stitch of the Month Facebook group. If you're in the Stitch a Day Facebook group, the Stitch a Day pattern, I don't have that out because everything's still packed from the retreat. I have a GMC terrain, and the whole back half of that was full. Believe me, with all the stuff I brought, most of it patterns and things for sale. So again, let me know if there's anything you want to learn about. I may have it. If you watch my previous videos, I have talked about a lot of my antique sewing items, stitching items that I have. So anyway, again, all my links are posted in the description, and I will see you on the 15th of February.